This is the sign God is about to remove someone from your life. Not to hurt you, not to punish you, not to leave you empty, but to protect you. If you're here right now, it's not by accident. Something inside you felt drawn to this message. Maybe you've been feeling uneasy about someone lately. Maybe a relationship that once felt safe now feels heavy. Maybe conversations feel forced. Maybe peace disappears when they are around. And you keep asking yourself, why do I feel different now? Why doesn't this feel right anymore? Why am I tired after being with them? Let me tell you something gently. God often speaks through discomfort before he speaks through change. He gives you signs before he makes a move. And one of the first signs is this: your spirit no longer feels at peace around them. You may still care, you may still love, you may still respect, but deep inside something feels off. You can't explain it clearly. There is no big argument, no clear reason, just a quiet warning in your heart. The Bible says that God gives his children discernment. That means the ability to sense what is right and what is not. When God is about to remove someone, he first changes how you feel around them. Not to confuse you, to prepare you. You start noticing things you ignored before, words that hurt more than they should, attitudes that drain you, patterns that never change. You begin to see clearly, and clarity always comes before separation. Another sign is that conversations begin to feel empty. You talk, but you don't connect. You laugh, but it feels forced. You listen, but you don't feel understood. The closeness fades slowly, not suddenly, like a light getting dimmer. And you try to fix it. You try harder. You give more. You pray more. But nothing changes. That's because sometimes God is not asking you to fix it. He is asking you to release it. Not every relationship is meant to last forever. Some people are meant for a season, some for a lesson, some for a moment. And when their purpose is complete, God begins the process of separation. Another sign is emotional exhaustion. You feel tired after dealing with them. Not physically, emotionally. Your heart feels heavy. Your mind feels crowded. Your joy feels low. You feel like you're always giving and never receiving, always understanding and never being understood, always forgiving and never being valued. God never wants his children to live drained. Love should not destroy your peace. Friendship should not steal your strength. Connection should not weaken your faith. When it does, God pays attention and he begins to move. Another sign is that God starts pulling you closer to him. You pray more. You reflect more. You desire peace more. You desire growth more. And suddenly, that person no longer fits into this new version of you. Not because they are bad, but because you are growing. Light and darkness cannot walk together. Truth and lies cannot live together. Growth and stagnation cannot stay together. So God changes you first, and then the relationship changes. Another sign is repeated conflict. Not healthy disagreement, but the same problems again and again. Same arguments, same misunderstandings, same disappointments. No learning, no healing, no change. Just cycles. God does not keep his children stuck in cycles. He brings seasons. When something keeps repeating without progress, God often removes it because he wants better for you. Another sign is unanswered prayers about that person. You pray for change, you pray for healing, you pray for peace, but nothing happens. Instead, God gives you strength to walk away, peace in separation, calm in distance, clarity in silence. Sometimes God answers prayers by removing the problem, not by fixing it. That's hard to accept, but it's real. Another sign is that God sends confirmations. You hear messages like this. You read scriptures about letting go. You hear friends speak wisdom. You notice patterns. It feels like everything is pointing in one direction. Release. God does not confuse his children. When he wants you to move, he makes it clear. But he is gentle. He never forces. He waits for you to trust him. Now let's talk about the hardest part. Letting go hurts. Even when it's right, even when it's needed, even when it's healthy, it hurts because memories remain. Love remains. Hope remains. You remember good moments. You remember laughter. You remember dreams. And you wonder, was it all fake? Did it mean nothing? No, it meant something. Just not forever. Some people are blessings, some are lessons, some are both, and both are valuable. God never brings anyone into your life by mistake. Every connection teaches you something about love, about boundaries, about strength, about faith. So when God removes someone, he is not erasing your past. He is protecting your future. Think about Abraham. God told him to leave familiar people to enter promise. Think about Lot. He had to separate to survive. Think about Joseph. He had to lose people to find purpose. Separation is painful, but often necessary. You may feel guilty. Am I selfish? Am I unkind? Am I giving up? No, you are obeying peace. You are choosing health. You are choosing growth. You are choosing God's direction, and that takes courage. Let me say this clearly: God never removes without replacing, He never takes without giving, He never closes without opening. What He removes, He replaces with peace, with strength, with clarity, with better connections, with deeper faith. Sometimes He removes a person to reveal Himself, to show you that your strength is in Him, not in people approval, not in attachment, but in God alone. And when you learn that, you become unshakable. You stop begging, you stop chasing, you stop settling, you start trusting, you start walking confidently, you start choosing wisely, and your life changes. Now, maybe you're afraid. What if I lose them? What if I'm wrong? What if I regret it? God is not reckless with your heart. If He is leading you away, He knows why. He sees what you don't. He knows what you don't. He understands what you never will. Trust Him. He has never failed you before. He won't start now. If someone is meant to stay, God will heal it. If someone is meant to leave, God will strengthen you. Either way, you will be okay because God is with you. So if you've been feeling uneasy, if peace disappears around someone, if you feel drained, if growth is blocked, if prayers are unanswered, if signs keep appearing, this may be the sign. God is preparing you to release, not in anger, not in hatred, not in bitterness, but in peace, with forgiveness, with gratitude, with wisdom. You don't have to fight, you don't have to explain, you don't have to prove. Just trust, walk forward, hold God's hand, let Him lead. Because sometimes the greatest blessing is not who stays, it's who God lovingly removes. And when you look back one day, you will understand He wasn't taking something from you, He was saving you and leading you to something better.